Give it up for Giuseppe De Fazio!
I just want to start off by saying something off my chest, man. I miss being a kid. Anybody agree with that? Here's my thing about it. It's just I miss not having to worry about things. I miss the innocence, the nap times, not having to pay an overdraft fee. But the favorite thing I did as a kid was I used to play games with my mom all the time, man. I'd play games like puzzles, tag, where's my dad? And my favorite game that I played with her was getting lost at Ross. Because I feel like personally you did not have a childhood if you did not give your mother a panic attack while hiding in a coat rack. But I feel like she deserved it, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Because I found out she'd been lying to me ever since I was a kid. She would tell me things like, don't drink coffee, it'll stunt your growth. Don't jump in the pool after you eat or you'll drown. Of course you're my favorite. And the one thing she used to lie to me all the time about was Girl Scout cookies. I remember when I was little, I always wanted them, but she'd always be like, we can't afford them, they're for rich people. So as a kid, I would just write to Santa, I was like, dear Santa, please bring me Thin Mints or Samoas so I could provide financial stability for my family. And I got a letter from him that year. I was geeked out. I was like, oh, Mom, Santa wrote to me. Ripped that letter open. I read it. And it just said, wish harder. Maybe if your bum father paid child support, we could afford better things in life. And I'm just like, man, Santa, you have really feminine handwriting. But to put you guys up to speed about my family, right? My mother's from the Bronx, so she's loud. And my father is from Ohio, so he hates himself. And he picks favorites. And for the longest, I thought it was my brother. He calls, he visits, he doesn't use self-checkout to steal from Walmart. But I always thought I was his favorite because my name is so unique compared to my siblings. When people find out that I got siblings, they're always like, oh my God, it must be like Leonardo or Donatello or Mario and Luigi. Not quite. So the way it goes, right? It goes Laura, Steve, and then there's me, Giuseppe De Fazio. And I don't know if you guys can pick up on it. My dad was this close to having Family Matters. Because all he had to do was name me Eddie. Because then it would have gone Laura, Steve, Eddie. And then if he added more, Harriet, Carl, Urkel. Missed opportunity. But I confronted him about it. I was like, Dad, why name me Giuseppe? He's like, well, son, because I want you to be a ladies' man. I was like, oh, Giuseppe, ladies. It's not working, Dad. But if that's the case, why name Steve Steve? Oh, well, I want him to have a good job. Here's one son, successful career, savings account, premium Costco membership card. And then there's me, with enough kids to make Nick Cannon sweat. If anything, I feel like he made my life a lot harder. For example, I went to the doctor the other day. Way my doctor works, right? You come in, you sit down, they call you up by your name. I do that. I'm sitting down, this woman comes out. Is there a Japupe in here? Japupe! And I'm thinking to myself, man, Japupe, that's a weird name, bro. Glad my parents ain't named me that. Japupe, G-I-U-S. I'm like, oh, I'm Japupe. I get up, I look around the room, realize I'm the only one in there. I was just not sure my name wasn't Japupe. So I approached this woman, right? I realized she's an old, frail woman. She's doing the Harlem Shake to the rhythm music. I'm thinking, yo, who's getting down to this? Turns out she has Parkinson's, so I'm the bad person. She goes, Lord, I didn't even want to try your last name. How'd I do the first? Not even close, man. Well, how do you say it? Giuseppe. Simple as that. Giuseppe? Just got out of the army, nobody? Little clap, thank you, sir, thank you for your service, it's okay. But I liked being in the army, I liked it taught me a lot, made a bunch of friends, learned how to fight, learned how to accrue credit card debt. And the one thing I'll say I didn't like about the Army is thank you for your service. Because personally, I don't know how to handle it correctly. Like, I was out one time, this dude came up to me, he was like, yo, bro, you're like one of them soldiers, right? I was like, I am. He was like, yo, the few, the proud, the Marines. I'm just like, I'm in the Army, man. Wrong branch, bro. He's like, oh, my bad. Semper Fi, bro. Still Marines, dude. Still Marines. He was like, well, dude, I just want to, like, thank you for your service, bro. I was like, thanks, man. Did we have to do this in the bathroom, though? Been trying to date more. It's been hard, man. I lost all my streaming services. Like, I had all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like Thanos with all the Infinity Stones, and now I feel like Jennifer Lopez with all the divorces. And it's hard. It's hard going from Netflix and chill to Tubi and Doomy, guys. Trust me, man. I was talking to one girl, and she was like,
oh my God, I love adventures. I love running. I love hiking.
I was like, what? I love to hike. I hike every week. People I've never hiked in my life. But she was cute, so I did what any man would do. I lied.
She was like, oh my God, we should totally go hiking together. It'll be fun. It'll be adventurous. We'll bond.
When she said bond, I didn't realize she meant trauma bond. Because she took me to this place called Grandfather Mountain. Okay? And I thought it was going to be like a grandfather, you know? Slow, calm, possibly racist, I don't know. But no, it turns out it's called Grandfather Mountain because by the time you finish hiking it, your knees can collect disability. And I've never hiked before, people, so I'm on the internet, I'm looking up tips and tricks. I found a couple shows, Bear Grylls, Naked and Afraid, and that didn't help. Because all they taught me is if I get stranded in the desert, drink my pee, and less clothes the better. So it just made hiking really awkward for me. But one thing I learned while hiking is that people, when you pass by people, right, they like to talk to you in passing. And by people, I mean white people. Why do we do that? Because it's always the same.
Hi. You're almost there. It's so worth it. It's right over there.
I passed by this old man.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Cast the ring into the fire, Frodo. I'm just like, yo, Gandalf, what are you doing here? I thought this was Grandfather Mountain, not Mount Doom. You guys can tell I'm a nerd, man. Hear me out, man. I feel that Harry Potter women are just nerdy Zodiac girls, but with wands. Because I figured out my house through a date. Like, I didn't know anything about Harry Potter. So when she asked me what house am I in, I just said an apartment. And I didn't realize I was going to open up to an extensive interview where I had to call my mother. And I was like, Mom, yeah, I know it's 11 p.m. Yeah, I'm good. But listen, do you know what time I was born? Where I was born? Like the X and Y? And if I got lost in an enchanted forest, would I be intrigued by the talking toadstools or the Cornish pixies? I met the nicest racist the other day, though. That was pretty nice. I was in line getting a cup of coffee, right? And this woman comes up to me. She's like,
oh my God, I found one of you.
and I'm just like, found me? Who are you, Sally Mae? Get away from me, you know?
It must be so hard being from the Middle East in this day and age.
And I'm just thinking, Middle East? Of Georgia? What are you talking about? I'm from North Georgia.
It must be so hard being Palestinian with everything going on in Gaza.
Listen, some people are bold, man, and my favorite thing to do with racist people is to actually tell them I'm white because they lose their minds to it. So I'm getting ready to drop this bomb on her, but she interrupts me. She goes,
well, I can at least buy you your meal.
look, I may be Italian, but I was poor first.